Hey everyone, in today's sequence we'll focus on leg strengthening and improving flexibility. Let's start at the front of the mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. Yes, keep two blocks handy, feet together, join the inner edges of your legs, arms straight. Extend the fingers not curled like this, let them lengthen towards the ground. Lift the chest lifted, looking straight, relax your face, relax your jaw, gentle smile on your face to relax your jaw and face. And raise your arms up, Urdhva Hasta, upward arms. Maintain the length in your arms, in your fingers. Move your shoulder joints down. Maintain the lift in the chest. And while maintaining your weight evenly on your feet, without pushing the buttocks back, lean forward and bring your hands on the ground. If you want, bring the blocks next to your feet, underneath your shoulder, your hands are, and place your hands on the blocks. From here, move your left leg back, maintain your right leg forward, and bring the left knee onto the ground and tuck your toes. You can use the blocks, so slide them back so that you can maintain your hands on the block, or you can place your hands, your fingers onto the ground or hands onto the ground. I'm using the blocks here. Look straight, lift the chest, allow your inner shoulders to go back. Once you're stable, bring your hands on your hips. So now once you have your hands on the hips, observe if you're leaning towards the left or the right. Bring that evenness of your body weight on both the legs and breathe. Don't hold the breath. If it is too intense, maintain your hands on the blocks. Make this a last breath, moving shoulder joints down, not lifting up towards the ears. Slowly lean forward, bring your hands on the block, tuck your toes in and come to downward dog. You have two options in downward dog. You can maintain your hands on the blocks, or you can remove the blocks and maintain your hands on the ground. If you're maintaining your hands on the blocks, you need to press evenly from your fingers as well, otherwise blocks will slide. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Maintain the same length in your arms that you had when your arms were upward in Tadasana. Make this a last breath. And this time, bring the opposite leg at the front. Move your right leg down, bring the knee on the ground and tuck your toes. Get settled here first. Observe what needs to happen to have that balance, and let the toes of your front leg spread. Similarly, let the toes of your back leg extend. Don't squeeze your feet, don't squeeze your toes. Opening at them. Then on next exhale, press your foot strongly on the front and bring your hand onto your hips. Like I said, if this is too intense, maintain the hands on the blocks. And once you are here, bring that balance so that you are not leaning or being heavy on one leg. Observe the strength that you are using from the front leg, building that strength at the back of your legs, in your glutes at the front leg, and the opening that you are having at the front thigh of the back leg. Lift in the chest, allow your shoulder blades to descend and length at your neck. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Slowly lean forward, bring your hands on the block. This time I'm choosing to go into downward dog without the blocks. You have both the options. Choose the one that suits you. Pay attention to your toes, your ankle joint and your heels now when you are in downward dog. So both the sides of your heels, inner and outer, are even to the ground. So make sure you're not tilting your feet towards the one side, opening the back of your legs, back of your knees. And important here is to have that lift at the front of your thigh, and moving towards that lift is important even if you may not have access to that lift at the front of thigh. Visualize that you're lifting your kneecap up towards the hips to engage the front of your thigh. Slow and steady breath. Slowly walk your feet towards your hand direction. Come back to Uttanasana. Feet hip width apart, hands on the block or on the ground. Allow your torso to lean forward towards the ground direction, head towards the ground direction. Then slowly on exhale, roll each vertebra at a time. Come up, back to Tadasana. This time your feet are hip width apart, arms at the sides, chest lifted, and allow your shoulder joints to extend to the sides so that you have wide chest and distance from your neck out to the shoulders. Imagine you're broadening your collarbones and extending your shoulders out to the sides. Let's repeat. Raise your arms up. Relax your face, arms straight, let the fingers lengthen. On next exhale, bend forward without pushing the hips back. Bring your hands onto the block. From here, bring both the feet together. Then move your left leg back. Bring your hands or fingers on the ground. Bring your left knee onto the ground, untuck your toes. Inhale. On an exhale, bring your hands to your hips. This time, pay attention to your knee. Let it pass your ankle joint so that you feel that length coming at the front of your back thigh. Feel that extension, the space created all the way from the top of your thigh towards your knee, that length in your quads. Maintain that lift in the chest, no rounding of your back, no shoulders coming up, shoulders lifting. Let them broaden. Slowly lean forward, bring your hands onto the ground, tuck your toes in, move to downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Extend your toes, create some space between your toes, lift them up and spread your toes to create some space between them. Slow and steady breath. Moving your hips back towards the wall behind while maintaining that steadiness in your legs with the points that we talked earlier. Opening the back of your knees, lifting the front of your thighs. On next exhale, bring your left leg forward, right knee back. Observe the toes, let them spread and create some distance between them. Use your fingers to separate your toes. Similarly, let the toes of your back leg spread. Your heel or back leg not falling out to the side or in. Just keep it in line with your knee without looking at it. On exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Maintain your hands on the blocks. If there is any discomfort, any injury pain, or any pain that doesn't look like correct to you today, slow and steady breath. Feel the sensations at the front of your back thigh and the back of your front leg in your glutes. You're building the strength and flexibility in both the legs at the same time, and you're lifting and broadening your chest, creating space from your neck to shoulder joints. Lean forward, bring your hands onto the ground, lean back to downward dog. Next breath, bring your right leg forward, left leg back. Get stable here first before you move your hands on your hips. If you're stuck here, like if you don't allow that knee to pass the ankle joint, then you will not feel that length, that extension at the front of your thigh, that stretch. To feel that stretch, it's important that you allow this knee to pass the ankle joint, go forward. That means your hip is moving towards the heel direction. This is up, moving towards the heel direction, down towards the ground. Observe the sensations. Observe what are you feeling in your hips, in your glutes, in your quads, in your hamstrings. Don't squeeze your toes, let them spread. Don't squeeze your feet. And don't stop breathing. Lean forward, tuck your toes in, back to downward dog. Stay here for a breath, and then when you're ready, walk your feet towards the high direction very slowly. Come back to Uttanasana. Forward bend with your hands on the ground, or they could be on the block. So if it is too intense at the back of your legs, or if you have any hamstring injury, any hip injury, then feel free to bend both the legs or one leg. Maintain that awareness, and that also means maintain that intelligence to do what suits you today. Slowly roll each vertebra at a time. Come up. Strain your Tadasana. Bring your awareness. Observe where the body weight is, where the hips are, where the arms are, where is the chest, where are the shoulders. Relax your face and release. Next, let's build some strength in your quads with Utkatasana, fierce pose. I just turn you sideways to give the better view. You can stay facing the screen. So you come into Tadasana, watch a quick demonstration, and then we do it together. Then feet together, you raise your arms just like we did earlier. Then imagine there is a chair behind, and you bend your legs and sit on the chair while maintaining your torso straight, not arching your lower back by lifting the buttocks. To come out of the pose, you press your feet and you come up back to Tadasana. Let's do it together. From Tadasana, inhale and exhale. Then raise your arms up. Bend your legs, sit back onto the chair, knees together. So now when you're in Utkatasana, fierce pose, observe that you're not lifting your buttocks up towards the ceiling. Instead, your buttocks are going down towards the ground while knees are together. That means less arch at the lower back. There will be slight even if you move the buttocks in, but you don't want a bigger arch like this. Move it in, then arms straight. Press your feet onto the ground, come up. Bring your arms at your side. To long hold in Utkatasana. I know it is intense on your knees, on your quads. Take a breath here, relax. Feel the sensations in your chest, in your heartbeat, in your legs. And when you are ready, let's repeat. So this time when you go into the pose, try not to bring your torso forward. Move the torso away from your thighs, away from the ground. That also means you will be slightly heavy on your heels, but your balls of your feet and toes are connected well to the ground. All right, let's do it again. Arms straight, let them go straight up towards the ceiling, and bend your legs looking straight. Maintain the arms straight, knees together, tuck your tailbone in and away from the ground. Slowly come up. Bring your arms at your sides. Let's repeat the pose. This time when you go into the pose, let's go it other way. That means bring your hands onto your back so that your thumbs are roughly at the top of your hips and they are almost touching. Your feet are together. Then bend your legs and come into the pose with your hands on your hips. Allow your tailbone to go in so that your torso is straight, and then observe your body weight is. If you are leaning forward, move back, and your back of the legs are not dull. Maintain the length by moving your buttocks more towards the wall behind. Slowly come up, arms at your sides, look straight, relax. And now this time when we go into the pose, we'll combine everything that we learn. So with your hands on your hips, bend your legs, get into the pose, knees together, moving the buttocks back so that engagement from the back of your thigh. Let the tailbone go in, engagement from your abdomen for long torso, and then raise your arms up. Keep them straight. You're heavy on your heels, but your toes are well connected with the ground. Don't lift them up. Knees together, breathe, don't hold the breath. Arms long and sharp along with the fingers. Chest lifted, shoulder joints going down. Breathe, make this a last breath. On exhale, press your feet strongly. Come up, bring your hands at your sides. Slow inhale and slow exhale. Release and relax. Sit in forward Virasana, Adho Mukha Virasana. That means come to the kneeling position, bring the tops of your feet onto the ground and your toes pointing towards each other and knees are towards the side edges of your mat, buttocks on the heels. Then extend forward, your torso is moving forward between your legs, arms straight in line with your shoulders, fingers pointing straight. If you can, bring your head onto the ground, then bring your head onto the ground. If you can't, then take a block, place it underneath your forehead and rest your head onto the block. We are into resting pose, so observe your breath. Allow your body to relax. You are lengthening but maintaining the intensity of length coming into your torso to medium or slightly lesser than medium. Bend your arms at the elbows and rest them on the ground. Observe the sensations in your legs, in your inner thighs, in your abdomen. If you have more time, then just lie back on your back and stay in Shavasana for 3 to 4 minutes. If you're short on time, then come forward, sit in cross-leg position. Bring your arms at your sides to lift the torso up, lift the chest up, allow shoulders to go down. Bring your hands to your chest, close your eyes. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time. Till then, be your best version. Bring your head forward. Release your hands to your thighs. Lift your head up. Open your eyes. See you next time.